Hi, today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for Read Caribbean or Read Caribbean Month. I'll leave a link to the previous Read Caribbean for 2020 last year down below. Read Caribbean, as far as I know, was created by Book of Sins. I'll leave the link to that website down below. In total, I have I'm reading a number of 12 books, although one book, The Mermaid of Black Conch by Monique Roffey, is currently in the mail, hasn't arrived yet. So I'm going to start with the books that I got from the library. These are 4 books from the library. Sailing the Caribbean Islands by Sonia Newland. Should take me just a day to read this. It's just really maybe a sort of picture book almost. I think it's probably for kids, but I'll read it regardless. Quite a nice book. What I'm really excited for is Kane Warriors by Alex Sweetel. This is a story set in the 1700s, set in Jamaica, and it's about a slave uprising. Frontier Plantation, set in 1760. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kane Warriors. Sounds very interesting. Slavery is not something I've really covered in Read Caribbean, surprisingly enough. I don't know if I really covered it in the Read Caribbean of the previous year. There may have been 1 or 2 poems regarding it, I think. Next is When Life Gives You Mangoes by Karen Gettin. And I think this is also set in Jamaica, but the village called Sycamore. I've looked for it, but I can't find it. I don't know if it's fictional or not. I'm not sure. This is a YA work, really about friendship. Should be quite a nice read. And the last library book, and I'm only going to be reading the top one here, Caribbean Escape with the Tycoon by Rosanna Battagelli. This is just set on the Caribbean region on a, I imagine a cruise ship, I think. So, Caribbean region, so that does qualify for Read Caribbean. Turning to a classic now, and set in Cuba. This is Our Man in Havana by Graham Greene. I've not seen the movie. It's quite a well-known movie, starring Alec Guinness. I think I had the audiobook once, but I can't recall much of it. It was a very nice Macmillan Classic Edition collection library. turning to poetry, we have selected poems by Derek Walcott. Derek Walcott is from St. Lucia. Nobel Prize winning. Apparently these poems are apparently quite complicated, but we'll see. There's quite a lot of poems in there. Next, from Jamaica, we have Rounded Soul by I.J. King. I'll leave a link to her channel down below. A complete, well-developed and balanced human being who believes much has been learned from different experiences in life and observing the behaviour of others. This knowledge results in personal growth, a rounded persona, and the ability to recognise and absorb what is good for his or her soul. To remain rounded, the search for answers within one's soul must continue indefinitely. Rounded Soul, a true poetry story, is a reflective debut poetry collection that reads like a brief memoir. It is book one in the Search series, where the author exposes real life incidents that will remain imprinted on her soul. So I'm looking forward to this one. Very nice. A layout to this book. There's a lot packed into it. Next, and also from Jamaica, we have Zion Roses by Monica Minot. Monica Minot I read in the Read Caribbean last year. I think it was the Coming Up Hot, the Peepal Press collection of poems. And I still need to look up. I looked up Zion. Zion is a sort of Afro promised land, or promised land for the Rastafarian. I thought it was sort of quite complicated, hard to explain. And again, there's a lot of poems. You get a lot in these thin books. Keeping with poetry, we have Letters to America by Frank Degar. And Frank Degar I have only just discovered thanks to the I Write Festival. He was on the I Write Festival being introduced by Jim Croth, and I liked his poetry reading. Frank Degar was born in Guyana. I think now lives in the US, I think. Quite a lot of he's poetry novelist, I think possibly an essayist. He's multi-talented and has written quite a lot, but I decided to go with Letters to America. And quite current poems in this as well, I think. For both Read Caribbean and Pride Month, we have Our Caribbean, a gathering of lesbian and gay writing from the Antilles. Most of the work in here is from Cuba, although there's a lot of works from Jamaica as well. I find that writing seems to be dominated by Jamaica for some reason. I don't exactly know why that is. I can imagine why Haiti is not, for social economical reasons, not that many writers or work coming out of it. But I think this really does cover the majority of the Caribbean, except for Cayman Islands. I don't know if there's any literature coming out of the Cayman Islands other than tax evasion. But we've got a lot of the other smaller islands, Dominica, Grenadines, Dominican Republic. As you can see, it's quite a thick book. There's various works, essays, I think there's some poems in here as well. I think it's non-fiction, covering gay rights, I think, mostly. The first book of its kind, Our Caribbean, is an anthology of lesbian and gay writing from across the Antilles. The author and activist Thomas Glave has gathered outstanding fiction, non-fiction, memoir and poetry by little-known writers, together with selections by internationally celebrated figures such as Jose Alcantara Almanzar, Reinaldo Arenas, Dion Brand, Michelle Cliff, Audre Lorde, Achi Obahas, and Osoto Sant. The result is an unprecedented literary conversation on gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered experiences throughout the Caribbean and its far-flung diaspora. Many selections were originally published in Spanish, Dutch, or Creole languages. Some are translated into English here for the first time. The 37 authors hail from the Bahamas, Barbados, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, Panama, Puerto Rico, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Suriname, and Trinidad. Many have lived outside the Caribbean, and their writing depicts histories of voluntary migration as well as exile from repressive governments, communities, and families. Many pieces have a political urgency that reflects their authors' work as activists, teachers, community organisers, and performers. Desire commingles with ostracism and alienation throughout, in the evocative portrayals of same-sex love and longing, and in the selections addressing religion, family, race, and class. From the poem Saturday Night in San Juan, with the right sailors, to the poignant narrative, We Came All the Way from Cuba So You Could Dress Like This, to an eloquent call for the embrace of difference that appeared in the Nassau Daily Tribune on the eve of an anti-gay protest. Our Caribbean is a brave and necessary book. So next year, I'll focus more on Pride Month. I've got some books and some authors and figures in mind for that, so I'll focus more on that next year. And the last physical book is Ponce de Leon searches for the Fountain of Youth by Anne Hinrichs. Ponce de Leon, sort of a tenuous link to Puerto Rico. He was the governor of Puerto Rico. I'm not too sure if he was if he discovered Puerto Rico. I don't think so. I don't know if that was Christopher Columbus. Ponce de Leon is Juan Ponce de Leon is Spanish, sort of a lesser Christopher Columbus. I think it's a children's book, and again, it should just take me a day really to finish it, hopefully. But it's a very interesting historical figure, along with Simon Bolivar and, as I said, Christopher Columbus. There's the link with Puerto Rico. So as I say, I should hopefully finish this and the other children's book within a day, but I don't know if I'll be able to read all of these books, including, as I said, The Mermaid of Black Conch by Monique Roffey. But I've got a good collection that I've just dropped. A good collection here. I don't know if I'll complete it, but a good collection that really, I think, covers the majority of the Caribbean, especially thanks to the book on our Caribbean. And should be a fun journey in June. Thanks for watching. Bye.